Casey Mize is being shut down from throwing once again, and this is becoming quite problematic for our number one overall pick. AJ, what is going on, and what does this team need to do to get him back on the path?
It wasn't a matter of if with Casey Mize, it was a matter of when with Casey Mize. And I remember, I believe when we were talking about the draft and the way that he profiled, I believe we talked about this. We knew that there was going to be, with the mechanics of his delivery and the arm slot that he throws from and the types of pitches that he does throw, this was going to be something that came down the pike for the Detroit Tigers at some point. Thankfully, actually, I'm glad that it's happening now, because what needs to happen, to answer your question straight off, is he just needs to have Tommy John surgery. And he needs to get fixed. And he needs to be back. And here's the risk that they run with this is the longer that you delay in these observations or opinions from multiple sources, and I'm not against, I'm no medical doctor. I don't know that he needs Tommy John surgery. It's just, if I were a betting man, I'm betting pretty heavily on the fact that he's going under the knife for Tommy John surgery. It needs to happen sooner because of the recovery process. We've already lost Spencer Turnbull last season and now don't have him this season because he did not get Tommy John until July, I think. June, July. And he's still not back. And he's not going to be back probably until next year. So we're talking about a long layoff for Casey Mize if he does not get this surgery sooner rather than later, if that is what they deem that he needs. The precarious part about it all is that he's been out for months. And he started a throwing program and was throwing from 60 feet, trying to work up and stretch out that arm. And then when he started getting to 90 feet, that's where he started to feel the twinge again in the elbow. And when that is the case, it generally means Tommy John. I just wish that they would make the call and get him taken care of, because Skubal is carrying the load for the pitching staff. And he's doing a phenomenal job. And even when Mize comes back, he's still going to be the best pitcher that they have. But you need a guy like Mize to complement a Skubal to be a great rotation. And so I hope that they wise up a little bit.
See, I'm not ruling Mize out yet on being the best pitcher of the staff. I'm not saying he's going to be. Skubal has electric stuff, but Mize was the number one overall pick for a reason. I find this interesting because it's something that we've talked about before. Kind of right now, still a controversial topic, but a lot of people are starting to come around to it, is the idea of preemptive Tommy John surgery. Because as you said, we absolutely knew coming out of college that Casey Mize was a huge at-risk candidate. And he was someone that the longer the season went, the more his body wore down. Specifically, the way that he throws his splitter puts a lot of stress on his elbow. And when he's not throwing that as well as he can, he's like a number 4 guy in the rotation. That's the quality of his stuff. And when he has that splitter working, he's a true ace-looking caliber pitcher. He's battled soreness really his entire short career, but especially the longer he goes, the more innings that he throws, the more stress on that arm and elbow joint, the more discomfort, the more days off he's needed. And then this season, he, of course, didn't make it very far into the season at all, got shelved. We were hoping it was going to be a quick turnaround, a short DL stint. It wasn't. And then, obviously, now, as you already discussed, he had a throwing program. He was on his way back, and another setback occurred. And you hit the nail on the head where you said, we need to do this sooner rather than later because it's a long recovery process. But TJS is not what it used to be. TJS is something that pitchers recover now essentially just as strong, if not stronger than ever. Look at Justin Verlander, and I bring up Justin Verlander because he's ancient. And Justin Verlander is almost 40 years old. He is 39 years old. And he just had Tommy John surgery. And it was a lengthy recovery. He missed over a full season of baseball. He did not pitch for a very long time. He has been electric this season. At 39 years old, off of Tommy John surgery with some of the best stuff that he's had in his career, and he's always been electric. But for someone of that caliber and that age to go through it and come out the other side the way that he has, and you look at Casey Mize, right now, we're not quite ready to be a contending team. But the longer we delay this, Casey Mize is going to end up needing surgery at some point. If they just decide to give him rest, more rehab, slow down the throwing process, and try to bring him back in a few months when he's feeling less discomfort and when he's more able, that's a short-term solution. The way that he throws the baseball, in the way that his body is built, and really the biomechanics of how he throws, he is going to have these same flare-ups year after year, and he's going to eventually need surgery. So as you said, let's do it now. Let's do it in a season that, listen, we're not going to the playoffs or trying to do anything of note. Let's get it done now. Let's get it over with and get him on the path to recovery and really what should be a much less stressful future. You get this taken care of and you hope to not deal with this again for the next 10 plus years of him pitching.
Yeah,
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what?